Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a drugstore full cover foundation routine for you guys. A lot of you guys may be liking all different kinds of foundations or maybe applying different sort of textures of foundations. A lot of times some people like sheer coverage, some people like medium coverage. I personally do like medium coverage, but there are some days where I really want a bit of a full cover and I really want to go all out with my foundation. So when we do the full cover foundation, I think it's really important to apply a certain technique. For me especially, there has been days in the past where I have tried to apply my foundation and I'm trying to go for a full cover look and I end up applying all of it all at once and it just looks really cakey or patchy, and it just gives really horrible results. So the foundation that I am going to be testing or sort of using today, it's not really a first impression because I have been using this foundation for probably a couple months and I have been liking it a lot. It is a really full cover foundation and it is a drugstore, more of an affordable foundation, and it is the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. I think this foundation is really great for somebody with oily or combination skin. I personally have combination skin, but if any of you out there have maybe dry skin or something like that, then you can always use this foundation. I don't think there should be a problem. Maybe you can just add a drop of a serum or some kind of essential oil and it'll really help in application and it won't make it dry or patchy or anything like that. So guys, I went ahead and did my eye makeup off camera and now we can get right into the foundation routine. Moisturizing is an essential part of your foundation routine. Generally, even if you're just going for a very light look, you want to moisturize, but if you're going for a full cover foundation look, you definitely don't want to skip the moisturizing. So for moisturizing, I'm going to go ahead and use the Embryolisse moisturizer. This has definitely been a go-to for me, and it also has a little bit of priming property to it, so it really helps in sort of making the makeup sort of stick. But I am going to be using a separate primer, but this does sort of also help sort of if you don't want to use a primer, you could just sort of use this only. So I'm just going ahead and just moisturizing my face and applying that all over. And to prime my face, I'm going to go ahead and use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This primer is actually really great for blurring out pores, and it really gives you a flawless finish after you apply your foundation. So this has really worked for me, especially if you have really like large pores like me, then you're definitely going to like this primer a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply more to the areas that I know that my pores are larger and the places that I especially need it more. So I'm just going ahead and just applying it, which is generally right here underneath my eyes sort of, and by my nose, and sort of this cheek area, which I think is generally the area where my pores are a lot larger and I really want the foundation to sort of give it that flawless finish. So for my foundation, the Milani foundation that I am sort of testing out or using today for a full cover look is in the shade Sand. It is a really thick consistency, but it gives an amazing coverage if you sort of build it. So I'm just gonna take some on my hand. This has a sort of a very weird applicator, which I don't think I'm really fond of the way the applicator is, but I mean overall the foundation is pretty good quality and it has that sort of concealing effect to it too. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and start off just applying a very light layer onto the face and make sure that it's just very sheer, and then work my way up and just sort of build the foundation onto my skin so that way it doesn't cake. And to sort of buff it into the skin, I'm going to be using one of my favorite foundation brushes. This is from the Real Techniques. I love using my beauty blender a lot, but I think to really get an amazing sort of full cover look, I think the buffing brush or any kind of sort of foundation brush does a really great job in sort of packing the color and making it super easy to apply. You always are a little better off using a buffing brush. I think so. I mean, for my own opinion, I think it always does a better job because you get more coverage and you're able to sort of add more coverage into your skin, and it doesn't really, you know, take out too much product, whereas a lot of times when you start blending with a beauty blender, it generally takes off a little extra product. So as you can see, I'm just sort of building it, and this foundation is so full cover. So once I get the coverage that I want, I am gonna go ahead and sort of blend it in with my beauty blender as well. Since this does have like a concealer sort of built into the foundation, I'm not going to be using any kind of sort of heavy concealer underneath my eyes, but I am going to sort of highlight, which will sort of highlight and conceal at the same time. I'm using my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, which is obviously great for highlighting and for concealing. So I'm just going to go ahead and just add that to my under eyes, and I'm also adding that to my nose and a little bit on my forehead to make sure that it's sort of highlights these areas. A little bit on my Cupid's bow. What I sort of noticed when I try to do a full cover foundation look is that it's very important to set the face with any kind of powder or some kind of translucent powder, because what happens is that your skin tends to start to break, and if you have a really full cover look, then a lot of times the makeup starts to move around a little bit. To set my under eyes and basically almost my entire face, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm gonna be using this not only underneath my eyes, I'm gonna be sort of using it around my face as well. It depends what you want to sort of do. If you are going to sort of cream contour or add any kind of cream blush to your face, then you can go ahead and just first do all that, and then you can go ahead and set that in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna be using any creams, I'm just gonna be using powders. So I can go ahead and use my powder, my translucent powder, and just set these areas. So I'm just dipping with my Luxie 660 brush. I love this to set my under eyes and to sort of set my face with any kind of powder. What I like about it is that this is a translucent powder, so you don't have to worry about like a huge white cast or anything like that. Unless if you are a little bit of a warmer skin tone, then you want to make sure that you use a powder that is sort of close to your skin tone, so that way it doesn't make you look really white or anything like that. So now that we've applied our foundation and applied our concealer and sort of set those areas, and you can see that my foundation doesn't look super cakey or anything like that. You can see that the application looks really smooth, does not look like it's super heavy, but at the same time it is giving me sort of that flawless look that I really want to achieve. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'll be right back. So guys, I went ahead and did the rest of my face makeup, my contour, my blush, and everything like that. So this is the final look basically. I really hope that you guys found this video helpful and informative, and I really hope that whatever foundation you guys are sort of using, you're able to sort of implement this, this sort of technique into your routine. I really hope that you guys liked this video, and if you guys did like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye!